Hello, learners, and welcome back to English with Teacher Dixon. Here we go again on collocations. Remember what I said concerning collocations that they are accompanied that word skip. There are different words that cannot go together in English language, and there are other ones that can go together. There are some verbs we can use with some nouns. There are some verbs we can use with some adverbs. There are some adjectives we can use to describe certain nouns. So remember, fluency normally comes as a result of one's ability to know the right word to use in the right situation. All right, so we want to consider preparing and cooking food. When one is preparing or cooking food, what are those words you can use to express that context, to describe the context, to describe the situation so that somebody can understand you? We are looking at very simple day-to-day words, everyday used words. Right, so beginning from make a meal, make a meal. When we are talking about preparing a meal, the right verb that can go with meal is make. So you don't say cook a meal. Instead, you say make a meal. Make a meal means prepare food. It can be any food at all. For example, she loves to make a meal for her family on Sundays. She loves to make a meal for her family on Sundays. Again, we have prepare a dish. Prepare a dish, that is cook a particular type of food. When we say a dish, we use the verb prepare. That is the one that is very suitable with dish. Prepare a dish. Sounds better than make a dish. But if you're talking about a meal, you use the verb make. Make a meal, but prepare a dish. A dish is a specific type of food. Or when you say make a meal, meal can be any food, any kind of delicacies at all. All right, so the chef prepared a dish of fried rice. The chef prepared a dish of fried rice. So in this case, we are referring to a particular type of food. Hence, we make use of dish. And then the right verb to go with dish is prepare. Prepare a dish. Take note of that. Now, follow a recipe. Follow a recipe. That is cooked by using instruction. A set of instruction that can guide one in making a particular meal is known as recipe. So you don't say use a recipe. Rather, you say follow a recipe. Example, if you follow the recipe carefully, the cake will be perfect. If you follow the recipe carefully, the cake will be perfect. Another collocated expression I would like you to consider is peel vegetables. Peel vegetables. This means to remove the skin of the vegetable. You peel the vegetable. You peel the vegetables before boiling them. That is another thing you should note. When it comes to vegetable, you use the verb peel. Another point of emphasis is chop onions. When we say chop, it means to cut into small pieces. So that process of cutting onions into small pieces is known as chopping onions. So chop onions. My eyes watered while chopping onions. My eyes watered while chopping onions. So take note of these particular collocated expressions. Moreover, we have here boil water. When it comes to water, water is the noun here, the verb that goes with it, considering the process of cooking, is boil. Boil water. It means heat water until it bubbles. Then in a sentence, you can say, please boil some water for the pasta. Please boil some water for the pasta. Now, let's talk about egg and also the kind of cooking that is done with the use of oil or butter. Say fry an egg. Fry an egg. Now you can see the difference between the verb you use when you're talking about egg and when you're talking about water. Here we boil water. Here we fry an egg. So it means to cook in oil or butter. She fried an egg for breakfast. All right, let's take the next one. Grill meat. To grill meat means to cook using direct heat. To cook meat using direct heat. Example, we grilled meat on the barbecue last night. We grilled meat on the barbecue last night. Again, we have bake a cake. Bake a cake. For a cake, we use the verb bake because that is the most appropriate verb that can fit in this position in this particular context. So to bake means to cook in the oven. So you cook in the oven maybe with dry heat. She baked a cake for a brother's birthday. She baked a cake for a brother's birthday. She baked a cake for a brother's birthday. So we have roast chicken. This is another collocated expression, which means cook in oven with dry heat. For example, we had roast chicken for dinner. We had roast chicken for dinner. Note this particular verb, roast. This verb is not a regular verb. It is irregular verb. That is the reason we cannot change its form to maybe the past tense form or the past participle form. So in this context, it is the past participle form, but it is still used as the base form because it is irregular verb. So take note of this. We had roast chicken for dinner. Let's go further. Now, in the context of food preparation actions, those actions we take during food preparation. The very first one here is season with salt. Process of adding salt. Call it season. Season with salt. So that is the best way of expressing this. It means add salt or spices. Season the soup with salt and pepper to taste. Again, stir gently. This means mix slowly. Stir gently until the sauce thickens. Stir gently until the sauce thickens. Slice bread. Slice bread. That means cut into thin pieces. Cut bread into thin pieces. So you call that sliced bread. He sliced the bread before toasting it. He sliced the bread before toasting it. Spread butter. This means apply butter on bread. For example, she spread butter on the warm toast. She spread water on the warm toast. Whipped cream. To whip cream means to beat cream until fluffy. For example, we whipped cream for the dessert topping. All right, we have knead dough. Knead dough. Work flour mixture by hand. To work flour mixture by hand. So the process of mixing flour by hand is known as knead. That's why we have knead dough. He kneaded the dough until it was smooth. He kneaded the dough until it was smooth. Now let's also consider the context of eating and meals. The context of eating and different meals. All right. The first one I'd like you to consider is have breakfast. So you don't say, I want to eat breakfast. I want to have breakfast. So have goes with breakfast, lunch, dinner, as the case may be. It means to eat a meal. We had breakfast at a cafe near the station. had breakfast at a cafe near the station. Again, grab a bite. Grab a bite. This means eat something quickly. Eat something quickly. To grab a bite of something. Let's grab a bite before the movie starts. Let's grab a bite before the movie starts. So let's eat something quickly before the movie starts. Now, considering meals, we have hearty meal. Hearty meal means a large filling meal. So you can tell somebody after the hike, we enjoyed a hearty meal. So this particular kind of meal is described as hearty. So note the adjective that goes with meal, hearty, because of what we want to achieve. We want to talk about a large filling meal. Again, light snack can have light snack, something small to eat. She had a light snack of fruit and yogurt. Had a light snack of fruit and yogurt. Then we take junk food. Junk food. That is unhealthy but tasty food. Teenagers often eat too much junk food. Teenagers often eat too much junk food. So these are expressions you can make use in your daily conversation in order to sound well. For instance, okay, let me mention them again. You have junk food, light snack, hearty meal, grab a bite, have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner, as the case may be. Also, we have knead dough, whipped cream, spread butter, sliced bread, stir gently, season with salt. And also, considering preparing and cooking food, we have roast chicken, bake a cake, grill meat, fry an egg, boil water, chop onions, peel vegetables, follow a recipe, prepare a dish, and make a meal. So depending on what you want to say during the process of cooking, we have very simple expressions you can use to sound well and like a native here. So do well to study this. And if you find this video in any way helpful, do well to drop on the comment section. I remain your very own teacher Dixie.